Well then guys, the end of the year is nearly upon us. It's been a pretty good one, I would say, all things considered. 2023. At the start of the year, I made myself a list of things that I wanted to do, and out of the 10 things that I put on this list, we are going to take a quick look at them for the sake of accountability. I did 6 of them. I don't think that that's actually that bad, and if I can do half of what I put down this year, I would look at that as a major win once again. So here's what I said I'd do and what I did and didn't do. So 2023, I wrote down that I wanted to have a print store in place, and I didn't do that, and I don't think I probably will do that in 2024. I said I wanted to increase my 3D printed offerings, so make more designs and that kind of thing, and I absolutely did do that. One of the best things I ever did. It's helped me so much with my life. Grow my second channel. That was the third thing that I said I wanted to do, and I didn't really do that properly. I did make the second channel, started off well, fizzled, and I'm not happy about that. I definitely want to put some time into that thing this year. Fourthly, I said I wanted to do a potential rebrand of my kind of channel, icons and all that kind of thing. And I did do that. I paid for someone with some input, some creative input on Fiverr to do a rebranding kind of package for me. And they did that, and I'm glad. I'm happy with it. I said I wanted to open a merch store. I did that. I said I wanted to reinvest in videography kit. And given the fact that you're looking at me through 4K camera right now, means I did. But I do want to actually double down a bit more on that this coming year and get something that's more capable for outdoors stuff, low light kind of content once again, because I do miss getting outside. Definitely want to do more of that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than it always just being these 4 walls. As nice as these walls are, it can get a bit samey for me and probably for you. I said I wanted to do a wild camp for the first time ever, so not a campground experience or anything like that, but truly out in nature, in the woods, and I did that, and I made a video about it as well for anybody who wanted to see. It's somewhere on my channel. I'll probably link to it in the description box down below, and I also made a second one and put that on my other channel too, as it was a little bit more kind of adult humor in there. I didn't really want to put that on this channel. I said I wanted to do, and this stings me does this one, I wanted to do an astronomy adventure, so get out way away from home and take some nice night sky pictures, and I didn't do it, and I view that one as a major fail, and I am going to create it this year 100%. I've said it on camera, it's happening. It is happening. I wanted to explore, as my 9th point, some kind of long form videos, and I kind of did, but also kind of didn't, so I'm not marking that one down as a complete. And the final point that I had for myself for 2023 is I said I wanted to grow my hair, and you can see how that went, but I did grow my hair. I just ended up cutting it off as part of a charity fundraiser, which by the way guys, honestly, for anybody who contributed to that or shared it or whatever, huge thanks. You guys, you just blew my expectations out of the water by a mile. So thank you again for that, and I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. But 2020, like I said, it's nearly over. It's a new year coming. And hopefully I'm a year older and maybe not quite a year wiser, but at least somewhat wiser. So here's the new list for the new year. I do think making lists does make a difference. Having this kind of list ever present, just somewhere I can always kind of see it throughout the year, did make me actually take steps towards completing those goals. And that's my aim for this one. So, number 1, we all know we need to do it, really. If you're not already doing it, regular exercise. I'm certainly capable of doing exercise. However, I've just completely fell off the wagon with it for about 7+ months now. I haven't done any serious, consistent exercise, and I have to change it. There's no reason I can't. You feel so much better when you do it. I'm able to think more clearly, get more done, basically, because you're just more energized, more alive in general, I think, when you've exercised. You know what I mean? So I want to do more of that. The second point I've put down, and I realize is the name of this I hate, but just try to not immediately dismiss it, but it is spend more time practicing being mindful or practicing mindfulness. This is something I did all through last year, and it absolutely improves your life, or at least it does for me, 100%. Like I said, I hate the name of it, mindfulness. It sounds like such tosh, but it's just the act of being in the moment and stopping focusing on all the everyday noise just for a short period, even 5 to 10 minutes. And that's how I generally do it every week, at least once a week, more often twice a week or so. Usually for me, it's sometimes around the golden hour. So, that kind of period of time when the sun is just below the horizon, as that's my favorite time of day anyway. But I'll go outside, away from all my devices, generally speaking, away from other people too, and I'll just spend a few minutes just focusing on the stuff that usually you kind of filter out, the feel of breath entering your lungs, how it feels. Is it cold? Is it warm? Listening to the twigs clacking together on the trees, wind rushing through the grass, all those kind of things, just watching a distant bird on the wing, the position of the moon, the clouds, how they're moving, all this stuff that you just never really pay any attention to. Just give it a moment. Consider that, and I guarantee you might not think it would have any bearing on the outcome of your day, never mind the outcome of your life, but I really do think that it does. It might not be an immediate thing, but it's been so worth it for me. I realise I've gone on at length about this, but it really has been helpful, and I want to kind of get the word out there for anybody who fancies giving that kind of thing a go. Just take a minute away from everything. Focus on just being present. It is good for you. Rather what I'm doing right now, my third point, utilize to-do lists more. And this again sounds so ridiculous, but I guarantee if you're anything like me, let's say if I've got a ton of stuff that I know I need to get done during the day, if I don't write it down, even just the few most important things, if I don't write them down, I will do less than half of them on a good day. I'm a serial procrastinator, and I find that when I write stuff down, I actually get it done. Do you know what I mean? Just the act of ticking it off is quite satisfying as well, because you feel like you've done something towards making your day a bit more productive, which always feels nice. Granted, it's not always going to be like that, but when you really know you have some stuff to do, make use of a list. Next up, number 4 for me is watch less news in 2024. I'm still going to watch some news, obviously, but sometimes I think I overconsume that type of media, and it's always a negative because what they're reporting on is always negative. It's never a good thing, you know what I mean? When you turn on a news channel, or whatever it is, whatever your poison, if you watch it for too long, or at least if I watch it for too long, I don't want to speak for you guys, but it puts me in a bad mood, pretty much generally speaking, and it can be like an irreversible funk that can last a couple of days. It's not good. I don't think watching too much news has ever been a good thing. I definitely want to stay abreast of situations, but yeah, definitely going to consume less news media and try to feel a bit better about that. Now, on a lighter note, I am going to try to paint as my 5th point for the year. A few years ago, I had to go at doing some Bob Ross style paintings, happy little trees and mountains and things like that. It was a ton of fun. I really did enjoy it, and I think I was actually decent at it as well in a very short period of time. I've always been pretty good at art. My mum used to do Bob Ross paintings all the time, and I mean all the time. She did tons of them. She was really good. So having her on hand to kind of teach me techniques and stuff was very helpful, and I should probably make more use of that. However, at the time, like I said, I did this a couple of years ago. I had no money at all. And I mean, like, no money. So I couldn't afford to keep that kind of thing going, really, realistically, along with all the other stuff. So that went, and now that things aren't quite so dire, I have bought myself some more canvases, some more paints, some fresh brushes and things like that. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to try and get decent at it as well. So, yeah, that could be one to watch. If you maybe we're going to be doing live stream paintings and stuff on the channel. I try to recreate the wall nebula on a canvas. Who knows? But anyway, all jokes aside, next point, learn a language. During 2023, I took up Duolingo and I started learning Norwegian, of all things. And while it's ultimately probably useless, I found that the act of learning a language made my brain more receptive to just about everything. I felt like I was better able to process information, better able to process my own thoughts. You know what I mean? A more cohesive stream of information was able to leave my mouth. As a result, I found everything improved through the act of just regular daily learning. Now, I fell off the wagon when I got seriously busy with something else, but I want to get back on. I did only a 90-day streak or something, and I'm aiming to beat that this year. I'm not looking for a 365-day streak or anything daft like that, because ultimately it's not going to happen. I am going to get busy at times, and something will have to, make way for that kind of thing whenever it happens, and it's probably going to be a bit of Duolingo, don't get me wrong. But I do want to spend more time learning a language because it was fun, and I think it was good for my brain and my mental health as well. Now, on that note, getting on to the last 3 right now. I want to get out in nature more, and I did just that last year a couple of times. Not as much as I wanted to do, but I did make a conscious effort, and every single time I did, without fail, I felt a ton better. Not just in that day and in that moment of actually being out, but for the act of saying I was going to do something, doing it, and then in the kind of days and even weeks after, in some cases, like when I went camping and stuff in the woods, I felt better for weeks. I really did. It's like some sort of mental reset, and I don't know the kind of mechanisms behind it or exactly what's going on, but all I can report to you is that I felt better. And it just seems more than coincidence. Every time I got out, did a spot of fishing, did a spot of even just out walking, that kind of thing, made me feel better. So I'm going to do more of that, because why not? Do you know what I mean? Last 2 points, explore live streaming again. Last year I did a few live streams over on this channel, doing astronomy, that kind of thing. That was awesome fun. I really did enjoy doing it. A little bit stressful, admittedly, learning that kind of new, I want to say, set of skills of being kind of live and present for you guys and interacting on the fly. But ultimately, really good fun, and I wish I could have continued on with it, but I couldn't. As some of you may know, my poor old dog got very unwell towards the kind of end of last year, and that stopped me doing all the extra activities like that, really, because I just wanted to spend time with him, basically because he wanted to spend time with me, and of course that was the right thing to do, and I'm glad that I did that. But kind of free again now, and I do want to do some more live streaming, not just on this channel, but also on my other, which leads me into my last point. I do want to do something with my second channel. I said I was going to do it last year. I kind of failed. I mean, for those of you, most of you probably won't know, and most of you won't be interested, and that's absolutely fine. It's probably for the best. But on that other channel, I'm just doing all sorts of random stuff. I've done some little reviews of a webcam that I got this year. I've done some video game streams, that kind of thing, where I just hung out with people, again, live, and just enjoying the moment for what it was. And it was good, and I don't know why I stopped, and I want to improve on that. So that were my kind of 2023, how it went, and how I think I can do for next year too. It's all written down. I've got it here as a list, and I'm going to put this somewhere safe, and I'm going to keep looking at it all year long and ticking off things as and when I can. That's my plan, and that's about it from me, guys. So I really, genuinely do want to thank you all for watching me throughout the year. And I don't just mean watching, but I mean just making this what it is. YouTube is a special place, I think, because it's not like normal mainstream media where there's no connection between someone watching and someone like me who's on the opposite side of the camera. It's not like that here. You can literally leave a comment or something right below this video and I'll see it. I'll read it. So make sure it's something nice. But seriously though, it is a different type of content. I've made many friends. Do you know what I mean? Actual friends through doing this. And I'm so fortunate to be in this position, and I love doing it. Done a lot of time kind of soul searching this year, things I want to do with my life, where I actually want to spend my life energy on. And I think content creation and that kind of thing is what I love to do, and I want to do more while I've got the time and energy for it. Because I think I'm all right at it. I'm not great at it, but I'm all right at it, and I think I can do something with it. So that's my plans. Thank you all. Again, I've gone on a massive tangent, but a huge, huge thank you. Really do mean it, and I wish you all the very best. Truly I do, for 2024. Let's hope that it's a banger. Looking for a good year. So I will see you in the next one, hopefully on a normal astronomy video again. Until then, clear skies.